But just a quick video. Very windy around here. Very windy around here. I'm going to take the car in to be sorted, but he said after 2, it's just before 2, so I thought, okay, I'll do a quick video. Well, because look, again, I've done, 4 or 5 videos now about the church, so it's like, this is the point. You know, when it's on my mind, generally speaking, it's not on my mind. Most of the time, it's not on my mind. But when it is, it's like, oh, God. Here we go. This is what I'm going to be talking about for a while, is it? Okay. As you do, sort of thing. Yeah, okay. So, but put it this way. It looks like, from what I say, the fact I bang on about the church so much and about the, the fact it's not as it should be, etc., etc. It looks like I hate the church. I don't hate the church. I don't even hate the church as it is. I don't like it as it is. I know that it shouldn't be as it is. I know it should be so much better than what it is. But I also know, and I've said, that it's up to God to do with it as He wishes. It's up to God to deal with the people in it as He wishes. But I don't hate it. I just hate seeing what I see. When I go to church, when I go to any Christian sort of churchy thing, what you see is the same thing, and it shouldn't be. I say the reality is, if I go to the filling station, which is in a town just over, or I go to the church just down the road from me, which is in a different town to the filling station, the way they do things should be massively different, because different towns, different needs, different people, etc., etc. But it isn't. It isn't. It's the same. Because they've all taken the same pattern. But that was them who did it. God didn't tell them to do that. They did it. The organisations that they sort of, how would you say it, that they represent, working for, whatever, I don't know, however you put it, they decided to take the pattern that other churches had. And it's like, how do people not figure that out? How do people not figure out that we're different? We're all different people. Our needs are different. So what we need in the church is different to what they might need in the church over there. So why would it be pretty much exactly the same? It shouldn't be. That's what I can't stand, is that. The people that make up the church, no, you love them. You have to love them. The last couple of weeks I've gone into great detail of where I'm failing. So, I'm talking about how we are, generally speaking, as a church, are failing. Well, that's, I've talked about how I'm failing, so come on. It's only fair. It is really. It's only fair. Look, folks, the reality is we are so far away from where we need to be. But as I say, that distance can be travelled very quickly. Very quickly. It's just a matter of, going to God and repenting and asking God to do whatever it is He wants to do and to guide us by His Holy Spirit. And then that distance can be travelled very, very quickly. I'm not saying that the development of your church into how it should be is going to happen overnight, because no, that's going to be a long drawn out process, that is. You're going to have to be very, very patient with God about that. Because obviously, if you've been doing things the wrong way, God's got to basically dismantle everything you've been doing. Everything you've been doing. Some of the things you've been doing, He'll put back in again. Because some of those things were right. But as I said about my heart, as I said about spiny palace, to rebuild, you've got to break it all down. Break it all down, rebuild again. The problem is that's going to take time. You're going to have services where it's just going to be worship, where it's just going to be praise. It's just going to be Bible study. It's just going to be whatever it is God tells you on that day to do, because God's still working the kinks out in your church. He's still bringing the right people in to do the jobs that need to be done in your church. That's the whole idea. And the church, the last couple of Sundays, they've been talking about the fact that there's cleaning situation. The whole area needs to be cleaned, partly because of COVID, but it needs to be cleaned anyway. But they're needing people to clean because they can't just leave it up to one or two people. Now, if you've got 15 people in that church, which is about the number, each and every person should be on that rota. Because each and every person is coming to that church, using that church, it's their church. They should be on that rota. There should be no question about it. They shouldn't be basically begging people to volunteer to come on the rota. That's just ridiculous. I don't care if you're busy. I don't care if you've got a job. I don't care if you've got a family. Yeah, this is your family. The church is your spiritual home. Get and help. I mean, I'm terrible at cleaning my place, but I'm going to get down there. I'm going to help to clean. I'm not on the rota yet. It just happens that every single time that the service ends, I'm speaking to people, so I've not really had a chance to put my name on. I'm going to go down at some point during the day. If they're open, I'm going to go and find the list and put my name down on it. And then they can call me and tell me when they want me to come in and do some stuff. I'm happy enough to do that. Yeah. Well, because when I'm doing it at my place, it's a different matter, than elsewhere. I'm terrible at my place at doing that. But that's really my own standards, isn't it, for me? Yeah, because I didn't love me, my own standards for me were quite low. I didn't care. Whereas I care more about the church than I do about me. So, again, people think I don't like the church. Yeah. No, I've always loved the church. It's just I've not loved the church as it is, as it's behaving. You can love your family, but you know there's things about your family that you would change if you could. Yeah? Well, most people know that about their families. There's things about their families that they would change if they could. There's annoying little things. But that's the way it is with the church. But I talk about it, whereas most people don't. I talk about it because of the fact I'm trying to highlight the situations so that people, maybe somebody will wake up. Maybe that person who wakes up will turn their church around. Maybe that church should be the one that every other church basically learns from and says, oh, we need to do the same as that. You never know. Anyway, there you go, that'll do for now. I just thought I should come and do this. And so every time I talk about the church, it can come across that I don't like the church. That is just not the case in any way, shape or form. They're my spiritual brothers and sisters. So of course, love them to bits. But that doesn't mean I love what's going on. That's a different matter completely. How the family business is being run is a different matter. Okay? You take care. God bless. Speak to you soon.